Well, guys. Happened. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel of Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Thank you. Coming up in today's episode, we look at the ramifications and the fallout after the George Hotel has been denied the opportunity to become the RFL Museum thanks to Kirklees Council, and the Championship and Challenge Cup Round 2 kick off this weekend, and we look into two of the games that are played over Saturday and Sunday. But first of all, we begin today with Iconic, as Wigan Warriors shirt sponsor goes into liquidation and leaves thousands of sports fans with virtually worthless tokens. The cryptocurrency-based fan engagement platform first appeared on the front of the Wigan shirts last season, while the partnership was due to continue over this 2022 season. The company was also involved with multiple other teams across Super League, with agreements in place for 2022, which allow fans to access exclusive content as well as benefiting from a wide range of prizes and experiences. Iconic's target was to become the world's #1 fan engagement platform for 2020. By 2025, sorry. There were also partnerships with Premier League side Crystal Palace, who suspended their partnership last February after missing a payment, less than 6 months after they had agreed a sponsorship deal for the company to become their shirt sleeve sponsor. Other entities like La Liga, Essex County Cricket Club and McLaren were among the organisations who had agreements in place as well. The liquidation of the company now leaves thousands of fans with virtually worthless tokens, and at the time of the original partnership was announced in 2020, the commercial director at Wigan Warriors said to be included in amongst Iconic's illustrious list of partners speaks volumes to how Wigan Warriors are perceived in the sporting market. This announcement comes at a perfect time where, following our exciting rebrand launch, we will have a refreshed focus on engagements with our fans, connecting with a younger audience, improving our digital offering, and continuing growth and commercial opportunities. By partnering with Iconic, we will be able to do just that, whilst providing our fans with exclusive content, prizes, and experiences to reward their loyalty and bring them even closer to the club. Wigan Warriors have declined to comment on the situation, but have already taken steps with the dissolution of Iconic by playing in shirts in pre-season with no sponsors on them. And it looks like that this trend is going to continue into the new season, as we see that they're doing advertising and interviews, should I say, in the home shirt or away shirt with no sponsorship on. With the assured sympathy from all rugby league fans around the country, you're going to see nothing of it from opponents. Where's your sponsor gone and things like that. It's not a good look for rugby league or the company that they're dealing with if one of the principal sponsors of one of their top teams, perceived top teams, being not available to be involved with and associated with rugby league. I'm sure that'll change in the next few months. Wigan will probably keep looking for a new title sponsor, but on the other hand, they may leave the shirt blank and probably become one of the most successful shirts that they've ever had. So the Rugby Football League have been looking to use its ancestral home, the George Hotel in Huddersfield, as the new base of the Rugby League Museum, and that was agreed in principle to be the case in the new refurbishment using the hotel as the Rugby League Museum by Kirklees Council, based near Huddersfield. But since then, it has been announced that Kirklees Council have decided to go a different way in their regentrification of the Kirklees town centre and Huddersfield as a whole. Which is a complete shock to the charity that was involved in producing this. Tim Adams, the chair of Rugby League Cares charity, is now responsible for finding a new home for the museum, and claims the council broke a legally binding contract in reneging on its plans to restore it to the George Hotel in Huddersfield, the birthplace of rugby league. Now, the George, where 21 northern clubs voted to break away from its Rugby Football Union in August 1895 to form what was later become the Rugby Football League, housed Mike Stevenson's collection of mementos and artefacts up to 2013, when it was forced to close. Kirklees Council bought the hotel as part of its renovation of the area, and in June 2020 won a tender process after agreeing to restore the museum to its iconic home. Since then, it's said to have cost the taxpayers up to £20 million for the project, claiming the council, and has offered to house the Rugby League Museum elsewhere in the town. But Rugby League Cares, in conjunction with the RFL, says it's yet to receive details of any alternative plans, and is now exploring other options, admitting it is unlikely to go down the legal route. In a statement, Adams said, "The acceptance of the tender document means that it becomes law, but we have wasted an awful lot of time already, and we are a charity, so we should not be spending money on legal redress. We don't want to burn bridges with the council. We do want honesty, and if they are serious about wanting a museum in Huddersfield, they should make us an offer." At one stage, the charity was partnered up with Bradford Council for the museum, while Kirklees beat off competition from Wigan and Leeds to secure the right to house the museum. But Adams admits the bid could now be put back to tender, saying there is also fresh interest in the whole project. If Kirklees wished to make an offer, would consider it, but we have to consider other options, he said. We are being approached by others who have concluded that the George Hotel is no longer an option. Kirklees Council have said that the Rugby League Museum being brought to Huddersfield is part of its £210 million transformation of the town centre, as it was looking to build the museum in the birthplace of rugby league, Huddersfield, and also include a new library, gallery, food court, and entertainment space to draw people into the town. It was going to be one of the biggest regeneration plans in the country, and a unique opportunity to include the Rugby League Museum was going to be part of the jigsaw puzzle. At the same time, they're saying that with the assurance of refurbishing the George, that includes a fitting tribute to the birthplace of rugby league, that is in keeping with the importance of the history of the game, and there will be a meaningful link between the hotel and the museum, which would be located just a short walk away from each other. And they said this in the statement to finish off: "We have reached out to Rugby League Cares with our proposition, and we really hope they share our vision for the museum that not only celebrates our proud history, but has a place in our exciting future too." Whenever I hear this sort of comment though, I must admit that I'm a little bit sceptical. They're going to have a gallery, but I reckon that's going to have a museum attached to it as well, which in the far, far, far corner of it going to have a rugby league part. That's it. Not a museum to rugby league, but a part of a museum with rugby. The RFL have got to go somewhere else. That's my opinion on this. If it doesn't, the museum will be a farce. It'll cost a lot of money, and they'll get nothing for it. RFL, look elsewhere. So let's get into this weekend's rugby league as the Challenge Cup comes back again with the round 2 of the competition, where we see League One competition added to the Challenge Cup for the start of where the community clubs start facing semi-professional to professional sides. So here are those ties. Westall, who beat Upton ARLFC 46-6, play Rochdale Mayfield, who beat Wigan St Pat's 36-22, both in round 1. Hunslet Club Parkside played Stanningley after they beat Featherstone Lions and Bentley ARLFC, both in the away legs, but Stanningley go to Hunslet Club Parkside. Hunslet versus Keighley Cougars is a League One draw in their first game of this official season. Lee Miners Rangers plays North Wales Crusaders, and Lee Miners Rangers got to entertain the League One side after beating Milford Marlins 22 points to 20. It's an all-League One clash again, with West Wales Raiders hosting Swinton Lions. And then London Scholars face their local community side, London Chargers, after the Chargers beat Edinburgh Rangers 22 points to 16 at home. York Acorns vanquished the Scottish side Edinburgh Eagles in Edinburgh 38 points to 24, and got to play the West Warriors in the second round. West themselves playing away from home and beating the Jarrow Vikings 52 points to 10. Rochdale Hornets face Midland Hurricanes in a TV clash that is shown on BBC's Red Button at 2 PM on Saturday. Doncaster of League One face Thornhill Trojans after the Trojans beat the Royal Air Force Rugby League team 24 points to 6. British Army versus the Royal Navy is next, and we're going to talk about them in a few moments, where Oldham play the last game of the weekend as they pick up Loch Lane in a League One versus Community Club clash, after Loch Lane beat Battle Heath Crusaders at home 18 points to 10. And Pilkington Rex face Siddle, who both beat the Irish team Galway Tribesmen in an away fixture that was based at Pilkington Rex due to Challenge Cup rules in round 1, and Siddle beat the Great British Police. So the Great British Army versus the Royal Navy face each other on Saturday the 29th of January, kick off at 2 PM UK time, Greenwich Mean Time, and it's live on the Sportsman, which is actually a game that is available worldwide through YouTube. So if you're able to watch it, please go ahead and do so. Despite the many times that the two armed forces have faced each other, they've never faced each other in the Challenge Cup. So this is a first to be involved with, and the Army are taking it as serious, and I'm sure the Royal Navy are as well, as the Army coach Mike Thompson has a clear idea of how he wants to approach the Challenge Cup second round clash with the Navy, if not the exact lineup he will be putting out. Thompson's team tackle their fellow services side and old rivals at Aldershot Military Base on Saturday in a tie, as we said, streamed by the Sportsman. The Army are aiming to follow up their 18 points to 10 first round victory over Oral St James, and Thompson's dream is to meeting with a semi-professional club like that of 2020 where they faced RFL St James on BBC Sport in an 18 points to 10 victory, as we mentioned. The Army went to Rochdale Hornets in round 4 in 2020, so they went a good way into the competition. But the 41-year-old, who is a warrant officer in the Royal Engineers and has been involved in rugby league since childhood, grew up in Golborne, which is between Wigan and Warrington, knows the Navy will provide a tough test. They are a big side who like to muscle up, and that they have a few players who have been quite influential, explains Thompson, who turned to coaching after injury limited his ability to play and has had a spell on the staff at London Broncos. And a look at their first round result, a 60 points to 0 win at Bridge End Blue Bulls, is an indicator of their strength, both in attack and defence, because you seldom nil a side easily. We're not like a community club who can train together several times a week because my players are all over the place, he explained. For example, I came back from Germany ahead of the RFL St James game while we had someone else flying from Estonia. We may be together 3 days before the match, so we have to pack everything into a short space of time. On top of that, my soldiers can be called back to their respective regiments at short notice. The plus is that to the Army, sport is massive both for physical and mental well-being, and I get great cooperation in getting players, and I think it's fair to say the Navy are in a similar situation to us. The main thing is that we are involved in the Challenge Cup, which is a huge honour for us all. I have to disagree with Coach Mike Thompson there. They are a community club, they deserve our support, and if you're able to watch the game on the Sportsman Rugby League channel, please do so. I think of them as a community club as the Army is their job, and no community club is paying players to play for them, really. They are just saying, are you available for Saturday? Are you available for Sunday? These people that are putting the time to the sport that they love alongside their families and their jobs. That's why I love the Challenge Cup. It's another competition where you see this sort of situation, and I do hope one of the community clubs gets so far into the competition that they do face someone from the Super League. Doesn't matter who. It just proves that with a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of time and effort, these teams can get there. It's a great way to showcase rugby league. It's that sort of story will be a national type of event. Good luck to all who's involved in the Challenge Cup this weekend, and hopefully it's a successful one for all. And now we go on to a little bit with the RFL Championship as it kicks off this Sunday with quite a few ties. And plus, there's a game on Monday via Premier Sports, which can be watched live from 7:15 PM UK time. So here are the fixtures. Sunday the 30th of January 2022 sees Workington face Newcastle at home. Newcastle are looking to be one of the favourites to go up to the Super League. Barrow hosts Sheffield Eagles, who themselves are in a transition period, Sheffield, as they have just moved into their new home. Batley Bulldogs face the Halifax Panthers, always going to be there or thereabouts Halifax, as it is got a decent influx of backing and always comes up with some good players. Dewsbury Rams face Bradford Bulls. Bradford Bulls are one of the sleeping giants of rugby league and produce a lot of junior rugby league players that you may have heard of, such as John Bateman. Leigh Centurions versus Whitehaven. Leigh Centurions have just been relegated from the Super League and have just signed a boatload of new players. Players such as Jay Hitchcock's, Ata Higano, and also the controversial John Asati. London Broncos are playing their first game in their new home, the Cherry Red Records Stadium, the home of Wimbledon Football Club, against Widnes Vikings. All these, apart from Workington, are 3 o'clock kickoffs, with Workington versus Newcastle kicking off at 2 p.m. As we said, Monday night we see the TV game, York City Knights versus Featherstone Rovers. And the game that we're going to talk about is the Batley Bulldogs and their visitors Halifax Panthers when they come to face each other on Sunday. The Bulldogs have kept the majority of their squad together following last season's 4th place finish and are in a strong position to challenge for the playoffs again. However, coach Craig Lingard believes that a number of sides who finished below them in the table in 2021 have added more quality to their ranks, meaning a more competitive campaign in 2022. We are hopeful, and that is why we have maintained the majority of our last season's squad, said Lingard of the Batley's playoff ambitions. The message we are trying to get across to the players is everyone else has improved this season as well. Just because we've got the same squad, it doesn't mean we will automatically get the same results. If we get the results we did last year, we have to work hard every single week. Last season was tough, but this season will be tougher with the teams we've got in the Championship. His opposing coach, Scott Griggs, talked up his side's ambitions as well, as he went on to say, "I expect us to take the positive aspects of the pre-season friendlies in with us this weekend, but I definitely feel that there will be an edge to training this week as we are now in competition mode. Like everyone else, we're looking to start the season well and have a good idea of what we will be facing. Therefore, our attitude would need to be on point in effort areas of the game I know both teams value." Batley's last pre-season friendly was against Huddersfield Giants and they came unstuck with a 50-6 defeat at the hands of a Watson side. But Batley were without 9 players, including influential captain James Brown, after picking up an early injury earlier in the month, so they will be looking to get some bodies back ready for the game on Sunday. Halifax, meanwhile, concluded their pre-season friendly against Salford last Friday in a 32-10 defeat against the Super League club, and they're saying that it was certainly an improvement from their last outing against Wakefield, but they have no new injury problems and go into the game confident of getting the result. So that's what's going on in the Championship this weekend. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and also share this video worldwide, clicking that notification bell while you're doing it. I want to thank every single one of you who have subscribed, as I'm now up to 100 subscribers as of time of this recording. Please, thank you for the subscribing, but please go out there and support your local game in some way or factor. Click on the news reporters that cover these games, so on and so forth. They are the lifeblood of growing this sport. More people are watching, they'll bring you more content. Not kidding. You already here? Thank you. Thank you for introducing new people to rugby league, whether they are your kids, taking them down to play a community game, or go and watching one of your local sides, whether it's Super League, all the way down to, say, I don't know if they're still around at the moment, Little Alton Lions, up near me. Thank you once more. Enjoy these episodes. I hope that you'll continue to enjoy them, and please stay safe. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next episode.